lads? Welcome to episode 2.
Hi.
So send my regards to your ears.
Oh God, guys, you came
Because
back
I'm
for
fucking
more.
hosting tonight.
Oh no!
So much cursing.
In like the first 45 seconds. I don't know if I'm so disappointed that I want to leave, or I'm so impressed that you fit it all into 45 seconds.
Please stay.
Okay, this won't be
And
much
listeners, just stay.
fun. I can't believe you came back for more, like suckers for punishment.
Oh my God, we love you though.
We're either class or like an addiction.
I'm going class. I'm calling class. So yeah, on that note, I just really want to thank all our listeners for actually listening. And
thank you
for all the shares, all the comments. We got some really nice private messages as well from people.
You're so sweet.
It's actually so nice, like, to get the feedback. So insert praise here. Just reading from my notes, I'm going to take that. All the praise done. You're class, you're deadly. Song for that.
Thank you so much, guys. Seriously, thank you so much.
No. The platforms to listen on. I think the most popular, from what we gathered, was Spotify and YouTube.
Yeah.
I think they're the most accessible to people.
Yep. More people have them.
More people have that. Like, every phone has YouTube on it already.
Yep.
Like, Spotify, like, Deezer is good as well.
Sit down.
I'm plugging Deezer. No. Only because I got it free when I signed up with 3, alright?
Yeah, but that means that I'm going to have to sit down and make another Deezer account.
Don't make a Deezer. It's not worth it. It doesn't have every song.
But like, do most phone things coming out with free Spotify, don't they?
Some plans do. I know Vodafone, they have an option for it, or Sky Sports or something.
Well, damn, because I couldn't figure out.
Yeah, bottom line is like Spotify, YouTube, or if you chose the Podbean option that we provided, that means that's our hosting site. So that means that's where it's released first, and it also holds the links to other platforms you can listen to the podcast on. So again, massive thanks, and we had so much fun doing the first pilot. And we stopped recording and we're like, did we just do that in one take?
We're never going to do this ever again.
We're literally like licking each other's whole thing, like, we're class, how do we do that?
God, we're naturals at this level.
One take, bro. One take.
I think you shouted one take, bro, at the door at me as I was driving away.
I did, yeah. I'd be a flame emoji if I was an emoji.
You'd be the bro emoji, you know, like
just drinking my protein, you know.
Crazy though. No, it wasn't. We posted it accidentally twice because I think we both got so overexcited. I was like, I've had a few glasses of wine and I want to go to bed, so I'm not getting up to go to work and panicking over this in the morning. So it's like, I'm just gonna share it now. It'll be fine. And then
a great idea.
So my alarm went off at like 9:15 in the morning. I got dressed, picked up my phone, was like, gonna see is anyone up for the 9 o'clock to have a look, and it had been shared again at 9:02. I was like, Nicola, come on.
Yeah, I couldn't lie, like, because there's only 2 of us.
It actually says posted by Nicola.
I'm not good at this thing.
I'm
not even sorry about that. I plugged the shit out of it.
But then I was like, do you know what? Feck it. It just kind of refreshed it.
Yeah.
I was like,
so what Anya did was that she just took notes off what I posted and reposted it.
I actually just edited your post.
Yeah, that was it. And then you just like sectioned it out really neat.
Oh yeah. I think I'm the one with the OCD in this situation.
Yeah, you're like my little Monica Geller.
Yeah, I'm the man. Yeah.
Right, because I'm hosting boys today. Well, I was listening back to the podcast, not because I'm particularly fond of the sound of my own voice, but just for kind of like feedback on what to do for the next episode. So one thing that really stood out to me was the most topic we spoke about. Oh, it's been a long day. Oh, boo.
I'm so happy you're hosting.
Oh my God, please stop it. I'm red.
So what did we spoke about the most?
Well, what we spoke about, Anna, was fried noodles.
Oh God.
So fried noodles. Anya, stop it.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just so excited.
I'm trying to be so serious here.
I'm full of tea and like sparkling ice drinks. I don't know.
No, that looks deadly though. Fried noodles is what we're talking about. So like, so I was on the bus, and basically what happened was, I was on the bus and I was listening back to it, and it was at the part where we're talking, I don't know, the universe is telling me something, but it was on the part where we're talking about fried noodles, and then this smart car drove past the bus, and my eyes just locked to it, and I was like, why am I so drawn to this? And then just popped into my head about anxiety and stuff. So
as triggered by smart cars.
Yeah, and then my brain spoke to me, Anya. Do you want to know what it said?
What did it say to you?
Basically, my brain said to me, Jesus, Nick, if your anxiety was a car, it'd be a smart car. Because there's only room for 2 people or 2 things. Definitely not people. So there's no room in that fucking boot. So the only room in the passenger seat is for emotional baggage. So then I was like, oh, I must talk about it now.
Oh, I gotta do it now. I gotta do it.
Yeah.
It's like your brain was saying, this was a big seller last time. Speak more. Spoke more about this.
Spoke more, please.
Spoke more.
Because my brain's special.
Yes, of course.
So, yeah. Spoke more, please.
Spoke more about that topic, please.
Why don't you spoke more about it? Jesus Christ. Please listen to us.
Oh, God.
Right, so, anxiety. I
love how you suddenly went flush. Yeah. Just going, oh God, yeah, I'm having anxiety talking about anxiety.
I feel a bit. I don't know why. That's the control, guys. But basically what I wanted to do was, let's first of all look at anxiety as a definition. What is the definition of anxiety? So I googled.
Did a picture of you come up?
Definitely first image popped. Like
Nicola wide-eyed staring at the camera. Deer in the headlight.
Darkness, my old friend. Okay, so actual definition of anxiety. A feeling of worry, nervousness or unease about something of an uncertain outcome. Now, I think that's very generalised.
So generalised.
Yeah.
It's like the umbrella term.
It is, because anxiety is completely unique to every individual. Like, I completely agree about the nervousness and the worrying, but it's what's behind that that's triggering it. Like, for one person, they could feel like, well, I don't know why it's there, because I've had nothing traumatic happen to me. I've had a really good life. And then I woke up one morning and I couldn't step outside my house. Yeah. Like, it was literally just that. And then for another person, it was a completely traumatic experience, and one thing triggers it off.
And that's it. Yeah.
And that's it. And there's no looking back. Or in some cases, it's where it's so intense and you're feeling so much at once that it equates to feeling nothing.
Okay, it's like you're so overwhelmed, you're underwhelmed.
That's what it was for me last year, where it was like, I felt so much at once, I couldn't process it. Yeah. And
your body just went, no.
Yeah.
No
much.
feeling.
Yeah. Like basically my anxiety, like, it just took over. Okay. But it made me so indifferent to everything. Like my, I'm the Gretchen Wieners to my anxiety.
Okay.
Of my anxiety. It's like my anxiety is like, you can't sit with us. And I'm like, will I just move my arms or what? Like, just sit there.
Just move it.
Just fucking sit there, right? And that's basically what it was for me. But there were definite reasons behind it, but I didn't think they were a problem until I had anxiety. And I was definitely one of those people who didn't think anxiety was a thing until I actually got it. Like, a very close friend of mine who still suffers badly from it. Yeah. I'd be looking at her like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Would you relax, like?
Yeah, I'd be like, get over it. Yeah. Like, pull yourself together, fucking have a cup of coffee and a fag,
you'll be
get
fine.
On with your day. No. Until that one morning I woke up, my chest was pounding, I was sweating, I was dizzy, and I couldn't explain what it was. Like, honestly, I was like, fuck, my period must be coming. Like,
I'm shutting down. Like, something is not okay.
Yeah, Mother Nature's singing, boys. You know, step all the way, get out!
Pushing small children in cars. Like a transformer coming down the street.
Oh my God, no one was safe.
Oh my God.
No, it just piled on me one day, and it was obviously down to like a lot of repression, I think, and then think, no, this is fine. Do you know that gif of the dog where the flames are around it and it's in its kitchen?
Oh, yeah.
And it's just sitting there drinking coffee saying, this is fine.
This is okay.
That was literally me. Until...
there was no actual... It's like the anxiety was there, but no panic.
Yeah.
So it's like Okay.
Until the physical effects of anxiety kicked in, and then I was like, oh my god, this is actually a real thing. And then I felt so, and like at the time, me and that friend didn't speak because of it, because it got so bad, and I just didn't understand it. And then I started to empathize, and I was like, this is exactly how she felt, so trapped inside her own mind. And I was honestly in a cesspit of anxiety.
Bottom of the bottom.
Oh, I was the bottom of the barrel, baby.
Couldn't even see the light.
Those anxiety spiders are making webs around me. It was great.
Ooh, Nicola.
Yeah. No, it was like, for me, the anxiety just happens sporadically. Like, I'm generally very happy. And when it does happen, I'm very open to going to somebody and saying, I think I'm having a panic attack. I don't try and hide it, because
somebody please hold this heavy box. I'm about to go down.
Yeah. Or I'm at work trying to like fit a car seat in, holding someone's baby, and I'm like, you better hold this.
Take this off me.
No, but like even today, like we had meetings and we train them at work, and I was literally just sitting there listening to one of the speakers who was brilliant. She was so good, and I was sitting there, and suddenly my chest started pounding, and it's that moment of, not now.
How dare you?
Not now. Like, what are you doing? Like, you're just sitting here. Like,
there is no threat. Yeah, what is going on?
You are not in danger. Like, there is no threat to you right now.
Oh, God's
yeah.
sake.
So, like, I think it's very, again, because I bottle, it's like my physicality of it is like, oh, bitch, about to blow. You motherfucking emotional fucking volcano right now. You're about to spew.
So it's almost like you take a back seat and you're just like the let's say the inner Loki of your brain is going melt down. Hercules. Yeah, pretty much. And then the other side of you is going, oh no.
Yeah.
You're like Shia LaBeouf and going no.
Yeah.
And Loki going.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's ridiculous.
No, it's very intense. But it's like, I've learned to deal with it better since last year. Last year was the worst. It really was. And I think I took it from a perspective of, you either learn to live with it or adapt to it.
Yeah.
And that was the biggest learning curve for me, was adapting to it. Because a lot of people are just kind of, well, I have anxiety. And it's just like, that's the way it is. Or you don't be like, yeah, I have anxiety, but it can go suck a dick.
Yeah,
you know?
there you go. Yeah.
Like,
and it's gonna sound really hateful when I say it, is that you can either let your anxiety control you, or you can take control of your anxiety. Like, and no more than we were saying the last time, how we look at it two completely different ways. Mine comes up completely different than that.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying about the definition. It's too generalised.
It makes no sense that, because we're on two completely different levels of that.
Yeah.
You could be sitting there and nothing, as you said, nothing could be wrong. Whereas mine always has a cause. And every single time it's caused by me overthinking something. Yeah. Convincing myself something is wrong. Or, I'll give you a perfect example of something that happened today. Yeah. Perfect example. And it was like, I'm a big girl. People who know me, I'm a big girl. I am like physically big. So like, there's not that much that could like stand up to me and make me kind of feel small and weak. Until your manager goes, I need to talk to you for a minute.
Then you're the smallest fucking person in the motherfucking room.
I'm on the yellow brick road to Munchkinland at that point, right? I'm little like, ooh.
Follow the yellow brick road.
Pretty much to the dole office. You know?
P45.
P45. So I basically was sitting there and like, I had done nothing. There was nothing I had done wrong. My brain, at least the 10 monkeys with typewriters in my head went, there has to be something wrong. You know, flicking through Rolodexes, checking files, replaying video. And I was like, what did I do? Yeah. And he was like, come in here for a minute. And I went into his office and it literally was like the sweats, my hands were clammy, I was trying to act completely normal, I could feel my shoulders and my knees shaking.
You're trying to hide the shakes.
It
makes it so much worse.
And then I'm a type of person, I will either, I don't usually cry, I'll cry with anger and it's like, it looks like it's emotion. But this was like, my eyes welled up with tears. I was like, thank God I was wearing my glasses. I was like, yeah, is everything okay? And he's like, how do I move this box from this one to this one? And I literally was like, I got completely deflated from like,
and you're just like, but what's the box for?
is it a coffin? Am I dead? Do you know? Like this sort of shit. Like, and like it was like, imagine just
Is it
letting...
the boxes I take on the part-time dole?
But like, imagine somebody has like a really big balloon and they've just like pumped it up, and it's like fit to burst, and they just let go of it. Like, I was like, oh Jesus! And I had worked myself up. Like, I had to have done something wrong.
Yeah.
And it was like, I was red in the face, I was sweating.
Isn't it so bad? Your mind completely reverts to, you're bad. Like, you know.
Bad person.
You bad.
Yeah.
You're like, you know, it's so bad. That's how much you think of yourself. It's like, I must have done something wrong, instead of the opposite. I done something right.
Yeah.
You know, like,
am I going in? Am I going to get praised?
Yeah.
No, it's always going to be you fired.
Yeah.
You're dead. You done. Get out. You done, bitch. Here's a box. Fill it with your shit. Get out. Like, do you like you see it in American TV shows when they get fired and they're walking out with their cardboard box. And I was like, that's gonna be me. Oh, it was ridiculous. But yeah, like I think that's what it means, that I overthink shit. Like, now, completely flipping it. What you're sitting there and like nothing is wrong, nothing's a threat. Yeah. And you get is more like one of my fear. Yeah. Which it's kind of going to tie into something, I promise. Yeah. It's going somewhere.
Okay, I'm sitting down.
I convince myself that I'm in danger through a highly irrational fear. Yeah. Okay? So I'm transitioning into this because I made fun of Nicola in the last episode, and in person, and in the car, and at her house.
It's fine.
Over being afraid of stupid things. And it wasn't until I was reminded that one of my fears is legitimately the stupidest thing in the world.
What is it?
There is no exact name for it.
Okay.
Because it doesn't fucking exist, but I have it.
Well, you lay it on me.
The closest one is thanatophobia.
What? Say that again.
Thanatophobia.
That's definitely not real.
That's the fear of dying in an unusual circumstance.
Oh, like on the toilet or something?
No. As in, I convince myself I'm going to get so scared I'm going to die. Right? So I cause myself to have a serious anxiety attack based on something that's not real.
Oh my god, man.
I know.
What the fuck? What's the animal that pretends to die? So
possum.
Oh, you're a possum.
I'm a possum.
That should be called possum syndrome. Like,
syndrome. Like, I was
she's possuming. She's fine. She's fine.
I was on the phone to Rebecca and I was basically saying to her, like, this is what I'm going to talk about. She was like, you're going to sound like an absolute psychopath. Like,
yeah, no, like, I think that's completely real for other people as well. Like,
but this is it. Like, when you're describing what your like general, as you would call your regular anxiety, mine is like, I was standing outside of, you know where Daniel lives? Yeah. The top of Old Road, lads, in Tube. Literally, it was like a clear night, and there was street lights, and it was well lit, and I was getting picked up. And I was standing there holding a half bottle of wine and a bag of crisps. So I was like, I'm getting picked up, and I was going to be here in like 2 minutes. And there's like a gate just across the road. Yeah. And a little voice in my head went, what would you do if a zombie walked out to that? You're too fat to run away from it. Right? So I created this scenario in my head, which I then started getting clammy and sweats and panicked inside. I was like, what would I do if
and
a
you
zombie
almost hear the faint groans.
Yeah, literally, you convince yourself. So your symptoms of anxiety are my symptoms of you is stupid and making up scenarios.
There ain't no such thing as zombies.
Yeah, like there's a gate at the back of our house that leads out onto the big wide alley. Like we have a giant floodlight at the back of the house. Like you can see everything. And I heard a noise and I like opened the door and I went to peek my head out. Yeah. And a voice in my head went, oh Jesus, don't put your head out there, something's gonna grab you. Do you know? So I convinced myself, oh God, I if I turn around and walk back inside, the thing that was going to grab me will know I know it's there.
Yeah.
Clammed up, complete freaked out, and I was like, Niall!
Kiss his pants.
Just in the kitchen having a full-blown panic attack.
Yeah.
Over nothing.
Yeah. No, that's so real though.
I don't get it though.
Yeah.
And it stems back to, I maintain that it stems back to watching really scary stuff as a kid.
Yeah, no, that definitely imprints.
Yeah.
It definitely does.
That gave me the rush of panic, and that's how I deal with shit.
Yeah.
Like a jacket on the back of a door.
Yeah. No, like say in my room, like say because my blind, they're kind of blackout. They're full white blinds, and so the street lights come through the sides of it because they're kind of curled. So I have an exercise bike that is quite dusty in my room. Yeah, it's still folded up.
Those bicycle shorts you wore for my birthday being used, yeah?
Oh, you betcha, baby. And
I was going to say something terrible there, but I was afraid your mum was going to listen to this podcast.
My mum only texts. She can't use... Do you know what she said earlier, right? I was saying to Darren how we were, certified for Spotify podcast. And Darren was like, oh... What? That's what you were saying, man. Do you know what Mum said to me? That the internet lets you have podcasts.
Oh, Anita.
Oh, I love Anita.
I love her so much.
And she's like, yeah, well, it is the internet.
It's part of the internet.
Well, isn't it the internet?
So go on, your scary bike that's in your room that you don't use.
Because, like, I don't know if anybody listening, a lot of people don't believe in sleep paralysis.
Oh, I believe
But it's a fucking thing.
It's real.
It's real.
It's horrifying.
Like, I haven't had the extreme of, like, I saw someone standing at the end of the bed.
No, like, the thing that I saw is, like, it's always at your peripheral vision. You never see it.
Yeah, but you're so... Like, it's like, you're so... You wake up frozen and your eyes are locked. You cannot move your eyes. Your body is completely stiff. Your heart's pounding. Cold sweats. The fucking lot. You're not thinking necessarily of anything. It's just... Do you know in movies when you hear the doom noise, like,
well, you know shit's about to go down.
That's the theme tune that's playing when you have sleep paralysis. That's in your head, like, and then you can hear the thud, 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 thud in your chest. So then the street light was shining in off the exercise bike, and my eyes were locked on it, and I was like, that's fucking something standing there. And like, I couldn't do anything. I couldn't talk. I couldn't move. I couldn't scream. And if I screamed, I'd have woken Nick, and he would have been so frightened.
Yeah.
And I was literally like staring this thing down. This has to go away if I stare at it long enough. I'm going to stare it down. Do you know why people say you shouldn't stare down a dog? Well, I was staring down this motherfucker.
This exercise bike was going down.
It was going down, sister. And I was going to stare it down. And I stared it down, I did, until logic kicked in and was like, okay, let's all calm down.
Let's just
like, do you know those ads on YouTube? It's like, let's go back to the room.
Yeah, let's take a breath.
Imagine you're taking a walk. Like that one. Yeah, so like then I realised it's my fucking exercise bike. Yeah. And then I could physically move and then I was fine. It took like a half an hour to calm myself down and be able to go back to sleep. To the point where I couldn't even go down for a fag because I was still terrified of everything in the house. Yeah. It was bad.
That's one of those things that I was thinking of. I know majority of people, if I say this, everyone's going to go, oh yeah, definitely. Who can turn off the landing light while they're at the bottom of the stairs?
No one. You're a liar if you say you do.
No, I will say straight out that I only know one person who definitely would. Niall will literally walk around that house in the pitch black dark. Yeah. Not a bother. And I'm kind of like in the bed going, would you turn on the light in case something gets you? What's going to get me? I'm 6'4". A really big net. There's a really big man downstairs. He's going to steal you. Turn on the light. My thing is, I put so much effort into putting light switches in my house when we renovated. Yeah. That no matter where you are, downstairs or upstairs, you are like no more than 6 foot away from a light switch. Oh yeah. No. It's like bottom of the stairs, top of the stairs, beside the bedroom door.
Oh, if I ever have the opportunity to build, I'm getting clappers. I'm not even joking.
Not until the bad guys literally chase you around the house going,
so much panic. Like, so
much panic. No, but your feet slapping on the tiles to set off the lights.
Always wearing socks. A bed sock.
Oh yeah, but like my thing is, I convinced myself by walking to the top of the stairs once, and I just like tra-la-la-la-la, walking down my corridor, lights were on, and I have 3 lights on my landing, lads. 3 lights. Yeah. And in my middle bedroom, where there's nobody else in my house, I just kind of caught something out of the corner of my eye, and I just like stopped dead.
Freeze.
Oh yeah. I was like, what the fuck was that? Yeah. But I couldn't go back to tell myself, go. There's nothing in there. Yeah. But I couldn't go forward into my bedroom, so I was like, if I move, it's going to come after me.
Oh, yeah, completely.
But like, I actually made a note about this, and I was like, It's that if I don't move, the thing that knows I'm there knows I know it's there.
Yeah.
And I was only, as I was saying, I was talking to Rebecca about it, and we agreed, like, this is the horrible thing about mental illness.
Yeah.
Right? And the note I actually made is that it kind of makes us feel bad that our brains are healthy enough to switch back to reality and talk yourself down to the point of, Joe, that feeling could go away. That terror I feel goes away in a few minutes. I'm like, idiot.
Yeah.
Do you know?
Yeah.
Whereas someone with some form of mental disorder, they're locked in, like.
Yeah.
And that's how they feel at any given time.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can kind of laugh and be like, I thought a pterodactyl was going to swoop down and get me the last night when I was standing in the street. Now, it could have been the 6 glasses of wine I had, but irrelevant.
Yeah.
You know? But other people are locked in this fear that there's like the grips of anxiety.
And like just going off grips, like I have this, like when I was trying to rationalise my anxiety, like I love to write, like, and that's another part of my anxiety where it's like I constantly think people think I'm stupid. Like I just, because I laugh at everything, I'm not that quick with maths, like it just ingrained in my brain, you are thick as pig shit. Like, but I'm not, I know
but I'm not good at basic maths.
Yeah,
like, this thing, know you're not thick.
Yeah.
You're not like, we're not like Mensa level on math. That doesn't mean you're thick.
Yeah.
You know?
No, but you see, from doing remedial maths from a very young age, it cemented with me, well, I'm separated from everyone else just for this one thing. So that must mean
I'm worse at it.
Am I special needs?
Like, yeah, this is it. Yeah.
So, like, that's one aspect of my anxiety is where I say something and somebody's just vacantly smiling at me. I'm like, why do you react like that every time I speak? I must be stupid. My brain is just like, a lot of people smile when you talk. Like, it could be down to my expression. It could be down to the way I say something or my body language. But my first reaction is to be like, you're thick.
They're literally looking at you like you should be wearing a badge.
Yeah.
Do you know?
Yeah, pretty much.
Whereas I only smile at you because you literally look like Vanellope from Wreck-It Ralph. And
I should have sprinkles in my hair.
Literally, every movement your face makes, I'm like, and I've watched it recently, I'm like, this is literally the cartoon character that she is.
Yeah. Like even today we're doing role play at that training, and Saoirse, my supervisor,
oh God,
my OG, I fucking love Saoirse. Shout out Saoirse, my little Natalia. Like we were doing role play, and all I was doing in the role play was explaining the age group for the car seat.
I have to cough, so excuse me. I think it's going to be really loud and sudden.
Good woman.
Excuse me. Apologies. Excuse me. Continue.
So all I was doing was explaining the car seat, which is very basic knowledge, like if you're trained on it, and just a very normal thing to say for selling. And Saoirse was just smiling at me. She was like, and I was like, what is it?
What are you looking at? What are you possibly be looking at right now?
You better sink that smile back in me. So basically, what I'm getting to is like there's so many triggers. So when I was sitting down trying to rationalize it, it's like, where does the trigger begin? So like what popped into my head then, I'd just been at the park that day with Nick to try and get out of the house, stop being so stuck inside my own head and invest in some happy time with my kid. So went down, and he loved the roundabout that particular day. It was all about the roundabout and jumping off and being like, I hurt myself, but I'll get back on because I'm such an OG.
Pure class.
Yeah, I'm pure class, like I'm so hardy. And so I was sitting here thinking, then like I was kind of drawing a roundabout, and I was like, it is like a roundabout. And then I was like, it's like, you know when you're a kid and you're going a roundabout and there's older kids in the park and they start swinging it and they go a little bit too fast and you're like, oh, it's okay, I'll just hang on a bit tighter. Yeah. And then someone else comes along laughing with the other child and swings you a bit harder. Yeah. So then that's something else. Yeah. Spiraling you even more. Yeah. And then someone else comes along and
it's gone from being I can bear this to I have no choice but to hang on.
Yeah. So next thing you know, you're spiraling around, you can't see straight, everything's blurred for you. You can't see logic.
And you can't just jump off either because you're going to get hurt. Like.
Yeah, and it's the fight or flight syndrome kicks in then. So you can fight it, shout at them to stop, or you can fucking jump. Yeah. So my whole thing was, you can stay in the roundabout and let these things keep pushing you around, or you can jump off and be temporarily hurt. Yeah. But again, hurt's only temporary. Yeah. So you will heal. You might jump, you might get a little bit hurt, you might be upset when you jump, But the long term out of that, from jumping away from it and not letting them have in control, is so much better.
It's the freedom. You're freeing yourself from an entrapment kind of thing. Like.
So I think, when you jump away from it as well, you're acknowledging you're stronger. You're willing to get hurt.
You're taking the risk of like, I can do this.
You're taking a risk of getting hurt, and that shows bravery, and it shows, like, I don't want to be like, you're so brave. Like, I don't want to be like so condescending. Like, no, you're actually so brave.
You're like a survivor. You're like, you should be so proud.
I'm not
of yourself.
a victim. I'm a victor.
Like, I don't want to do that kind of shit. No, that's just fucking corny.
That's just patronising shit. Like.
Yeah, but no, it is a huge step to take a leap for help. And I think, you see, I think there's so much stigma around anxiety because everyone's saying it.
Yeah, they've taken away the whole, back 20, 30 years ago, there was no name for it.
No, suffer bad with your nerves.
Bad with the nerves. That was it. Oh, he's a little bit down.
Yeah.
Down on himself. Oh, she can be a bit shook now.
Yeah.
So there was never a specific word for it.
It was shameful.
Yeah, it was kind of like, oh, jeez, did you hear about your mom? She's a bit shook.
Yeah.
Do you know? Whereas nowadays, I find you have to split it up into, this person is genuinely suffering. This person has it but doesn't suffer from it. This person has nothing wrong with them at all, they're looking for attention.
Yeah.
How do you differentiate between them all without seeming like an asshole?
Yeah, because we're in such a sensitive world.
Yeah.
Now as well. You
can't tell someone who, your partner is broken up with you, you're feeling a bit down, and you just kind of keep slipping in and out of this like emotional upside downside.
Yeah.
Okay, you might not be depressed or have anxiety. You're going through a rough patch.
Yeah.
But if somebody tells you that you're not going through depression or anxiety, you're like, well, how would you know?
Yeah.
And you're in this kind of thing now of where people can get quite defensive when you tell them something's not wrong with them.
But I think if your anxiety is that bad, you go and get help for it.
Yeah.
Because I had to. Because I couldn't live like that anymore. I couldn't live so stuck in my own head and in a complete darkness. Like, and it's depressing to hear, but it's the fucking truth.
Yeah.
Like, and then once I just reached out to my mom, who's like my own personal therapist, and she's so practical with everything. Like, and but
she's a real mammy type as well.
Of like such a loving way, where it's kind of like, shit, I think mom's right. I am alright. Like,
I think very like But I think I might just do this for myself.
Yeah,
it's almost like it kind of sounds like I'm putting it down in a way of like, oh, there might be nothing wrong with you at all. I was kind of, because I pulled myself out of a lot of shit. I hate the feeling of relying on anybody.
Yeah.
So when I got into this, like, I was in a dark pit. Now I was put in a dark pit by quite a few people. As an adult now, this isn't like I'm going back 16, 15, 14. I'm going back like 2 or 3 years.
Yeah. And
shit happened that literally broke me down, and like nobody knew there was anything wrong with me.
No, you wouldn't though.
No, my thing was, do you know what? You soldier on.
Yeah. Soldier
on, deal with your own shit. And it's almost like I put myself into this mindset of, do you know what? I have a house, I have a husband, and I have friends.
Again.
I can make this work.
It's down to adapting.
It's adapting to it. Whereas, could I have done with going and actually, like, talking to someone?
I'm a huge advocate for it.
Yeah.
I'm a huge advocate of talking over medicating.
Yeah, talking over medicating.
Don't get me wrong, there's circumstances where people need that for temporarily to get your endorphins back in order again, because it is a chemical imbalance, but a lot of it can be fixed by just talking to somebody. Yeah.
Like, I went and I kind of spoke to my doctor about it, kind of going,
like, I can't emphasise enough how much just going to your doctor.
And we have the same doctor, so
we have the same doctor,
yeah. Exactly. It's like this thing, and like, my thing was, he gave me a choice. And like, fair play to my sister Aoife, like, she came with me, she was like, because she's the most logical human being in the world.
Yeah.
She's so logical, it actually makes everything look ridiculous.
Yeah.
And she was like, come on now, that's it, come on, we're going in for a chat. I was like, no, it's fine. So she brought me in, and she was like, you're going in, and that's it. I'm totally
scratching everywhere.
Literally stress scratching and tears running down my face. And he gave me a choice. Did I want medication, or did I want to literally take a break from everything?
Yeah.
And I was like, do you know what? I'm going break.
Yeah.
Literally, I shut myself away for a short while, I kind of collected everything myself and I was like, right, let's go.
Yeah.
Whereas, okay, I will never take away the fact that some people do need that help.
Yeah.
And I'm a strong advocate for a lot of stuff can be chemical.
Oh, yeah.
In your body. So mine was more emotional than chemical.
Yeah.
And I was just one of the very few lucky people that I was able, I wasn't gone too deep that I couldn't dig myself out. But 100% if anybody feels like you're not able for the situation, just because I'm sitting here saying I could. You can
always go back to life. You can always go back to a job. Money is not your fucking god. Your mental health is so important.
Shows that your health is your wealth.
Yes,
that's the thing,
exactly. Like it's such an old Irish saying, but like it's so underrated.
Yeah.
It really is. Like you can't function in your job unless your mind's in it. Yeah. You can't function with your family and your friends unless your mind is invested in it.
Yeah.
And when you're so wrapped up in anxiety, you're not invested in anything else but how to make that go away.
Yeah. And then you're going to make yourself worse.
Yeah.
Because worry breeds worry.
Yeah.
So you might think that, I'm having a good day today. I might be getting like, this might be all just in my head. No. You're just having a good day.
Yeah. You might feel like Gizmo for a while. And then you feed him after midnight.
Gremlin. Done. That's it.
Yeah.
Like, no, and I think it's, we're kind of getting on the serious side of it. But it's kind of like, we're still actually sitting here smiling away to ourselves, but it's not translating well. But, like, don't ever be afraid to turn to your best friend and be like, man, I think I'm broken.
I think the old head's broke, Sham.
I think I might have a scratch disc. Like, this is the thing.
I think I'm special needs.
I think I broke myself. Do you know? Like, this is the thing. Try and always look for an out. And if that out is a friend, a stranger, your doctor, a song someone you really like, someone at work that you're not quite sure how they feel about you, just, if you see an out, take the out.
Oh my God, always.
Do you know?
Always, yeah.
There is no other... like, things may seem like they're the worst. You could be at the bottom of that pit and you're like, nothing can help me. I guarantee you are not on your own. There is at least at any given time around you, if you're in a group of 100, there's 50 other people in the same boat as you.
Oh yeah.
Do you know?
Like, you just gotta Indiana Jones it. That boulder's coming for you.
Yeah.
You gotta go under that doorway.
100%.
You gotta slide under and don't forget your fucking hat.
I was just gonna say that. Don't forget your hat.
Don't forget your hat, boy.
But this is it, like, so, no, like, just because you can sit here and listen to me go on about how, like, I did this way, and Nick did it this way, and your friends might have done, they're fine, there's nothing ever wrong with them. You don't know that. But their problems aren't your problems aren't their problems. But
problems are so temporary.
Oh, my God, if I could grab a hold of 15-year-old Anya and just be like, what are you crying about? What is wrong with you?
Drying your tears at slaps like.
I'll slap the tears out your face. Like, I can look back now and I'm 29, right? If I go back a decade, like just 10 years, I was 19, I was in college, everything was fantastic. I had a falling out with a girl I was friends with in college, and I cried for about 2 weeks. Yeah. I cannot tell you what we fought over.
Yeah. Because at the time the problem seemed so massive. Yeah. And, people used to say to me, look, time is a great healer. And I used to just be like, you've no idea what I'm going through. But it's what you do.
You don't know!
Yeah, time's a great healer. But it's what you do in that time to make it heal. You can't just sit there and be like, time's ticking by, still not fucking healed.
Yeah.
Like,
it's like watching a kettle boil.
You can't just you can't just sit there and be like, I'm depressed, like I'm anxious. You need to do something about it. Your brain just... If you had a broken leg, would you sit there and just let it be broke?
It'll eventually heal itself.
No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't do that.
No, you'd sit there and be like, okay, who do I choose to go be my thunder buddy?
Yeah.
Do you know?
Yeah.
You need a thunder buddy. That's basically the moral of the story, is go get yourself a thunder buddy.
Yeah.
And if you have multiple people you would choose them all.
Or personalities, you need help. Multiple personalities, you need help.
Oh yeah, that's always going to be
and sometimes I wonder about myself, Anya. Because there's so many voices in there.
Yeah, sometimes I worry about you that you're like a glitch in the Matrix.
Yeah.
that they've literally uploaded too many programs at once.
There's definitely too many in there.
There's way too many in there, man.
Yeah.
Like, it was only when I was listening back to the other episode, I was like, dear Jesus Christ, there was 10 people in the room that day. I think I go home from here exhausted because I've had 10 different conversations.
Yeah, I'm pretty intense.
A little bit.
Yeah, I'm a little intense.
Just a smidgen.
Yeah.
Just a smidgen.
Yeah.
But I'm actually so happy we got this is after our entire thing of, we're not going to get too heavy and we're not going to do this, and we're literally like, okay, so episode 2, depression and anxiety.
We're diving straight in, guys. Get your wellies on.
But I think my entire thing now about irrational fears is just going to be pointless at this point.
I know. I think any kind of fear is real to you if you're feeling it,
So that's my fear of clowns is completely justified.
It's definitely justified. I mean, who voluntarily likes a clown? You're a sociopath if you enjoy clowns.
Even the fact that we're saying the word, I'm like, what is going to come through the door? It's going to come through the door. Do you know what I was laughing at? Okay, I'm going to change this up completely. I was laughing while I was writing notes about my stupid irrational fears. I was writing them. I find that if I write lists of what I'm scared of, I can tick off the ones I'm kind of okay with.
Yeah.
And it makes me feel like you're a functioning adult. You have a mortgage and you're allowed to drive. You should not be afraid of a person wearing face paint, okay? You're allowed to operate a vehicle, but you can't go to the circus. This is the thing. I forced myself to watch the new film It.
Nope, not a chance. Not happening.
But listen, because me and you are in the same boat.
Girl, I live on my own. It's not happening.
Mine is a man cave. I basically live on my own too. Would you shut up? My friend Rebecca is obsessed with horror films. She can sit through everything. She's like, oh yeah, I got a bit of a jump. But then she's literally not sitting there. I went to go see Annabelle.
You're so sound, but are you a sociopath?
I think she's broken. Speaking of broken, it's ridiculous. We went to go see Annabelle. She dragged me. She watched me watch the film. And there's one point where the doll comes sliding towards the screen, and I actually think I broke the chair in the cinema. I went as far back as I could go. But she's like, okay, I've watched it. It's not that bad. I'm going to give you a heads up when the really scary part is coming. And we sat down. We watched it. Now, the reason I was scared of it and clowns in general was because I'd watched the first one as a kid.
So did
I never got through it.
No, I didn't even watch it as a kid. I watched it when I was 20. And I was like, whoever wrote this
is Rebecca's hero, Stephen King.
Stephen King. You got problems, mate.
No, I think if I wasn't such a scaredy cat of everything,
he had to have been sitting there being like, fuck, I'm scared of myself.
No, I think he is the darkness. He is the embodiment of
El Diablo.
Hola! Diablo, El Diablo!
Diablo. I don't know what that was. I think you had Diablo on the brain.
Yeah, it's so Diablo.
And this is a new persona. We have to go to Dora and Diablo.
Diablo.
But so I sat down and I watched it. I never got to the point where I found it's not actually a clown. Now, here's the fucking weird part. I was less scared of the new film It than I was of a video on Facebook that was 27 seconds long of a guy just driving down the road and a guy walked across the road in a clown suit.
Stop it.
Now, nothing happened. This guy just walked across the road.
That's because that's a very ordinary thing to be driving down the road, and it was real.
An actual person dressed as a clown.
Yeah.
No.
It ain't happening, guys.
Nope, I can't deal with it all. I would rather be locked in a glass coffin full of spiders, and I hate spiders, than locked in a building with 50 rooms and one of them has a clown.
She ain't clowning, guys.
I'm not clowning around that.
She's not clowning.
It's horrendous. But I feel like I'm getting better, and watch my Instagram at some point in the next year. I'm going to the circus.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do it.
That's me with sloths and big dogs. Oh, big dogs get away from me.
You did so well at my mum's house, though.
I didn't. I was internally screaming.
I could see it behind your eyes because your eyebrows kept twitching. But Toby is the most lovable. Like, he's just like, I'll fight.
That's what you hear. Do you know what I hear?
I'm gonna show your fucking face off.
That's what I hear.
I'm gonna eat your face.
Yeah.
Oh, Miss Nicholson, I'm going to show your face off.
That's exactly what I heard.
Why didn't you tell me? And I would have closed the door.
I couldn't speak. I barely could speak to your mother.
No, I'm just gonna say straight out. Wendy is an exception in this. For some reason,
Wendy is the best dog in the whole entire
but
world.
I don't understand this because Steve is scared of them as well.
It's big.
He's scared of big dogs.
It's because they have the strength.
Yeah.
And that, they could tear your whole face off if they took the fancy to that.
If they took the notion.
It's like, well, I did have my pedigree earlier, but face sounds pretty good right now. That's what it
your
is.
earlobes look delicious.
Like today outside Woody's, we had to get spare chairs for the training, and just a black Labrador. He was minding his own fucking business, sniffing the flowers outside, and I did a whole U around him and sorted Love's dog. She is a staffy, and she was just like, "Oh, baby," and I was like, "Get the fuck away from me! Don't even think about it. No."
But see, I think that as much as I made fun of your thing of like, okay, you've never encountered a sloth, so you don't quite know.
I've seen enough videos.
That's irrational. Whereas it's a rational one to be afraid of a dog because you can see the dog, you can see the threat, you can be like, I don't like you.
Yeah.
Whereas the fear of a sloth, I will never accept that you're afraid of sloths until you're in a room with one.
Too slow.
But that means you could get away from it.
I could get away from it, but I'm so aware that it's so slow. I can't describe it. It's just
so
not
bizarre.
natural to be that slow.
Yeah.
Like how? How? Like, I don't get it. You could move a bit faster, you lazy fuck.
That's going to be the title of my book.
Tell your sex tape.
You gotta move a bit faster, you lazy fuck. But yeah, so on 47 minutes in, I think that was a pretty good.
I think we're solid. Look, I'm not even going to apologise if that was heavy. It's something I'm real passionate about. And I think it's something that's spoken about a lot, but not the right way.
Yeah.
And I think
we will touch on it again, like in different scenarios. But like, okay, we got that part on it. There's something you're passionate about, so it's kind of good to get different versions of it.
Yeah.
Do you know?
And as well, just like if you have anything that's a good outlet for you, like for me, it's always been writing. I'm terrible at guitar, but I try and play it anyway.
Yeah,
you're actually good. It's a really good.
Liary shite.
I'm so bad.
Praise me.
Tell me I'm good on you.
Tell me I'm cute and I sing well.
Do you think I'm stupid?
Why won't you rub fronds with me? Mesopotamia.
See, this is it. Conversations with a fucking cartoon character. I'm telling you.
Right, lads. So yeah, on that note, look at. We're not sad fucks.
No, I promise we're not.
But if you are right now, that's okay.
It's okay.
It's alright, like.
It's okay to be sad.
It's alright, like.
If you want, there is 24 hours in a day, and at least 12 of those I'm awake. You can message me.
And me. Like,
Definitely.
I might get back to you straight away because I'm horrendous for getting back to people on time.
Trying to ring the Haitians is actually torture, by the way.
We're the worst.
Oh, you're the fucking worst.
Yeah.
But if you do want to ever get in contact, if you don't feel like talking to a doctor straight away, you can like anonymously message us. We will write back to you. There's nothing to be afraid of.
Or if there's a subject in anything with mental health you want us to talk about, we'd gladly do that.
Oh yeah.
Through the fried noodles topic.
100%.
Or even just as a topic, like so anything that you'd like to talk about, we're so open to it.
100%.
And I think,
that's it.
That's a wrap, I think.
So don't forget to go to our Podbean if you want to see all the different links we have. On our Facebook, we do have all the links on the videos. We're on YouTube, we're on Twitter, we're on Instagram, we're everywhere. So you can find us wherever you want, and if you want to follow us on our different pages, do. We're there for everyone.
Yeah, we try to utilise all the platforms to suit everyone.
Yeah, why not? Including SoundCloud, which only Niall uses. 10 points, babe.
I have like an old SoundCloud.
I only set one up for this.
I only set it up for this.
For this one particularly.
For this.
Well, on that note,
I've been Nick.
I've been Anya.
And this has been Fuckaloop!
Bye!
Bye!